Hello. Sit down, son.
You have 10 kills left.
Sit down, son. What's up, agents? Epic fucking Slayers here, and welcome back to a brand new Division video. Today, I've got for you my 1.8 PvP Skirmish build featuring the House Exotic SMG. Hopefully you do enjoy this one. If you do, drop a like, it'll be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, and let's do this. Right, agents, so this is the build that I've been running in Skirmish, and this build melts, but also you get great survivability on this build. As you will see, we've got Ninja Bike on for a two-piece Predators, two-piece Banshee, and then the old favourite, guys, the Savage high-end gloves. So with this build, we're getting three-piece Predator, three-piece Banshee, and then Savage. So this build absolutely melts. I'll briefly go over the SMG here, and I will say that this isn't the best roll of this weapon, but this is the best SMG in the game. Probably the best weapon in the game, actually. At least for PvP, anyway. So as you can see, this is the House Exotic. My one, unfortunately, has got sustained on there. But apart from that, we got responsive and card counter. Card counter being really what makes this Exotic so strong. As you can see, one half of the magazine does 20% increased damage. The half which deals increased damage flips after 15 seconds or when the magazine is empty. So where with this build my stamina's at 5,000, where I'm making up that damage is with card counter, and then of course with the talents on there, one of them being responsive. What I would obviously recommend here is that you run something like Deadly as opposed to Sustained if you're lucky enough to get it. But really, this is by far the best PvP weapon in the game, so you definitely want to be using this. For mods wise, it's just your standard running crit damage and crit chance wherever I can get it, really, everywhere. And then on the extended mag, I've got mag size, crit hit chance, and rate of fire as well. Want to be putting out as much burst DPS as possible. Now the build itself, as I said, is three-piece Predators, three-piece Banshee, Savage, and then we've got Ninja Bike. So let's go over the build with you guys. So as you can see here, I've rolled this into Stam, and we've got health on kill, and then ammo capacity. It does seem to me that the meta at the moment is health on kill as opposed to skill haste. And that's certainly what I found. So that's why with this build I've actually run health on kill. But to be fair, I'm kind of testing this at the moment. So I'm running health on kill at the moment, but it might not be, someone's sending me an invite, it might not be the best at the moment, but I'm just going to test it out. In regards to mods, I'm running firearms and health on this particular build. And then if we go on to our mask, our Banshee's mask here, running firearms crit chance. I've got as much crit chance on this as possible for Banshee mask there. And then moving on to the Predator's mark, knee pads, we've rolled stamina, health, disorient, shock, and blind death resistance, again, which is really important. With the new global events coming out in a week's time, then really what you're going to want for your minor attributes are probably bleed resistance. But if people are getting six-piece Predators, then it really doesn't matter at that point. I did want to mention here that all of my mods are actually firearms and health. I've just found that that's better than, actually, apart from one, actually I've ran stamina with skill power. I do want to run all stamina on these and get my stamina around 6,000 and my firearms around that amount. And that's what I'd recommend. But for this build, it just does a lot of damage and it's got really good survivability. So moving on to the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag, we've got health as a major attribute, ammo capacity, and it's rolled into firearms. The gloves themselves have got crit chance, crit damage, SMG damage, and you could roll health on kill on here as well, but to be honest, having like either 15% crit damage or crit chance, I think is just much stronger than say 4 or 5% health on kill. And then lastly, to the Banshee's holster, we've gone for crit chance again. So you could run something like skill haste here, but I've just found that having that extra crit chance really does make a difference, because obviously my skill power is so low that the pulse on this is shocking. So really there's no, you're not going to be getting a good pulse, so you're going to want to get as much crit chance as possible with the house, so you're making sure you do as much damage as often as possible. So as you can see, firearms are nearly 7,000, stamina's 5,000, electronics are very, very low. We'll just quickly go over to my character and check out my actual stats here. So weapons, as you can see, my crit hit chance is at 42.5%, which is pretty high. And my crit damage is a little bit on the low side at 95%, so you want to try and up that as much as possible. Apart from that, we've got 10% health on kill, which just helps you out a little bit, but it really doesn't make any difference, to be honest. Now moving on to my skills, this is really personal choice, to be honest. I've run a pulse here, the Scrambler pulse, and that's just really so that it protects me from other pulses. There's no other reason to it than that. And I've also ran Immunizer, just because I found that a lot of people are running shock turrets, flame turrets, that sort of thing. And I found that Immunizer makes a massive difference in this game right now. So that's why I'm running Immunizer on this build. Moving on to my talents. And of course I'm running On the Move. I'm running Precision as well, because I will be going for headshots with the SMG, just to give me that extra bit of damage. And then we've got Strike Back again, which is really, really important. Reaching low health reduces your skill cooldowns by 20%. And then we've got Critical Save, of course. So this build, I will say to you guys, I would definitely recommend testing this out. The major changes, as I've stated, is you want to be getting someone like Deadly. And what the hell has that person just done to my screen? You want to be getting Deadly, responsive, and then card counter on your exotic here. And really, to be fair, this build works with any SMG. So don't feel like you have to use the House, but the House is the best SMG in this game for PvP. And then, of course, I will just briefly go over why I've ran 3-piece Predator, 3-piece Banshee. I'm sure you guys are already aware of this. But with 3-piece Banshee, with 3-piece Predator, you're getting that 8% SMG damage. With Banshee, you're getting 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the reason we're running Savage is because we're getting an extra 7% critical hit chance against targets out of cover. And that's just reminded me, on this sheet here, it says I got 42.5%, but that doesn't include Savage. So actually, I'm up at about 50% crit chance on this build, which is really, really strong. So there you go, guys. Hope you did enjoy this one. If you do want to see me use this in some skirmish, then please let me know. I've only got a little bit of footage at the moment. It's not enough for a video, so that's why it's not included in this one. So yeah, please like the video and leave a comment if you do want to see that. I'll certainly bring that to you. Thanks for your support on all my videos recently. It's been absolutely amazing. Until next time, guys, Epic out.